Okay, Rico, yes, we can hear you.
Is it okay? It's a bit noisy here, but I hope you can hear me. Is it okay? More or
Yes,
less.
there's a little bit of noise, but it's perfect.
Okay,
It's
okay.
okay.
I will just join for a few minutes because it's yeah. I mean, I'm here in Geneva and I'm here in Switzerland for a big conference happening tomorrow. I will wait for 1 minute for people to join a bit more, and then I will start.
Perfect.
Okay, well, let's get started. At least my part, because I will have to go in a few minutes, and I just want to tell people what some of the great things that happened last week. I've been super swamped, and in a good way. But let's first formally, officially welcome people to this new community call. Today is Wednesday, 29 of May. We're almost half of the year. Amazing. So last week I've been traveling. I've been in whole week in Paris, working basically in a bunch of different speaking invitations I got in different places. One of them was at the École Nationale de la Magistrature, which is the organ of the French government that is in charge of education of judges. It's a extremely competitive and high level place where people, I mean, who want to pursue a career in the justice system go. It's where all of the judges in France are formed basically. So it's a really interesting place to speak. Um, I was a bit um, I don't want to say amazed by, but I was impressed by how open they were to my ideas and to Kleros in general. I have spoken in front of judges a bunch of times, and generally speaking, they tend not to like the approach of economic incentives and well everything you know about Kleros. And this time, I was quite surprised of how open they were to the new ideas. And I don't know, maybe it's because it's changing generations, maybe because people who with younger and with different ideas are well taking positions of decision making. So it was really amazing. It was a room full of people, of judges and officials of the justice system. So I'm hoping that different things can come from that. That was one of the talks. Another talk was a class that we teach at the Pantheon Assas University, which is one of the best law schools in France. This is I think the fifth year uh, that I've been there to talk about Kleros, explain how the system works, and also help students to build a software product and like a startup idea based on decentralized justice. So it's a program for innovators in the justice system and mostly lawyers who want to learn about legal tech and legal innovation. So it's like a workshop kind of setting, super interesting, and people like it, and lots of the ideas that we applied in the incubator came from that course. So it was another of the things I did there. Then another thing was Monday. I spoke at HEC, which is a very important business school in France, one of the most important business schools in the world, to an audience of faculty basically, and they uh, mostly interested in the elements of the business models behind the decentralized justice and how also this interacts with the legislation, compliance matters. So that was also a great place to be. then a bunch of meetings with different people, some of them for administration purposes for the cooperative, others for potential business development activities. And yeah, so great week in Paris. Um, and then, and this is the main reason of my travel to Europe, is that I'm now in Geneva, where tomorrow we are going to have, well, first I came here for a number of meetings at the WIPO and the, well, with other, as you know, there's a bunch of United Nations offices in Geneva. And well, we have done in the past some collaborations with the UN, and I came here for some meetings about that. And tomorrow I'm going to Neuchâtel, which is a city, well, not very far from Geneva, for conference we are co-hosting with WIPO and the Neuchâtel University on distributed solutions in the world of eSports, which is something we have been exploring for a long time in life of Kleros. There's a dog in the restaurant, so I'm not barking; it's a dog. Um, and then well, even the early paper we wrote about Kleros already had the idea of esports as an activity that require an approach like decentralized justice. And I have mentioned a bunch of times how some ideas behind Kleros actually came inspired by the digital solution system of, well, that use crowdsourcing by this game called Counter-Strike. So some of the ideas of Kleros are from there. I'm going to speak a bit about that in my talk tomorrow. And on Friday, there is another conference, but this one we don't organize. This one is just we are invited to speak at the also University, and it's about content moderation, but not content moderation, digital solution in social media, including, of course, content moderation, which is something we have well worked on for a while now, including, for example, solutions that could be applied to fake news. As you might remember, if you are a long-time community member of Pitya, bot that, well, not a bot, it's a Twitter app that you could use to curate a list of fake news. Was kind of something a bit similar to what then Twitter launched as community notes. And then the other thing I'm going to speak about is, well, how Kleros Moderate works, SUSI, that is used for Telegram moderation, and well, and what we have learned and what we are planning for the future in this particular vertical. So these are my updates for this time. I need to go now, but I will leave you with Jean, Alex, and the rest, so they can speak about what happened in the Berlin DAPCon. As you know, we're distributed everywhere, and we are pushing the decentralized justice movement in different places. So yeah, I'm sure Alex will have lots of great things to do
Yes.
and to speak about in the Q protocol. So please go ahead, guys. I will leave you with the call for you. Okay. Bye, guys.
Yes. Thank you, Federico. It was great. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I can say two words about DAPCon in Berlin, because I was there with Clément, our CTO, and GB, our tech lead, and Aleix, one of our dev. So we were four there. We had a booth at the venue at DAPCon. Basically, it was a very good crypto conference. We both, all of us, we really thought that the level was pretty high. In Berlin, it's like a really, you can see a lot of builders, people building infrastructures, and it was also a good way for us to reconnect with all of our partners. So people from ShutterDAO, people from Gnosis, people from Reality, and many others. We got a lot of good leads there, so it was definitely great experience and a great place to attend for like future integration, developments, and all of this. We also attend SafeCon as well. It was one day event that was great. In terms of basically specific events, we co-organize with Q Protocol, a dedicated event. So it was in a great venue, basically. With Q Protocol, we talk at two different times. So Clément did a panel with two other lawyers talking about governance in general. And I think there will be the replay available. So yeah, you will be able to watch it if you are interested. And on my side, I give an interview and I also give a keynote. The keynote was focused on one of our tool, SafeSnap, Kleros SafeSnap, that is can be really useful for your DAOs if you want to enforce the constitution. And yes, this was also the main point because a few days after, I don't know if you have noticed, but we released this. We did this press release with Q Protocol. Basically, we are doing some integration with them, so that is really um, good for both of us, I think, because we are very complementary. Q Protocol has a very big base in terms of infrastructure, in terms of framework from DAOs. They have basically a very good network around governance. And Kleros, yes, it's the leader when it comes to dispute resolution, when it comes to tools for governance, when it comes to judiciary for your DAO. And that's basically what this protocol, this integration is all about. It's all about the idea that was done by that was pitched by Federico at Osaka, having a constitutional check for your DAOs, and that's what will be available basically on Q Protocol DAOs, and Kleros acting as the Supreme Court. So yeah, definitely a great week for DAOs governance and also BD in general. So if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to reach us. We would be more than happy to answer them. So I don't know if Jean or Marcos, you have some specific points to add.
One thing that
Yep.
I would
How?
like,
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
yeah, one thing I would like to ask about the Q protocol
Yeah.
partnership. Like the way it's going to work is it's basically that Q protocol like helps well organizations create their DAOs, and they will have the option to use Kleros to settle the disputes, right?
Yeah, it's basically the idea. Q Protocol, they have this DAOs framework that are very advanced and that were very well thought, with some specific templates for constitutions and things like that. So the idea would be like really to have a DAO setting up everything thanks to this framework on Q Protocol, um, and to have the basically to have Kleros as a guardian, more or less, of this constitution. So it means like even if the DAO wants to vote like a specific proposal, but that is not constitutional, that is not matching the constitution, Kleros will be in the process, and anybody can basically ask to check if this proposal is matching the constitution, and it will go through Kleros. And if the Kleros juror consider that this proposal isn't constitutional, basically it will be it won't be allowed to pass. So that's very powerful because yes, it's allowing to have a constitution, to have a DAO that behaving in a deterministic way. So yeah, that's really the idea that was pitched by Federico at Osaka and by Jimmy Ragosa at FCC. Yeah.
Nice. Thanks a lot. So, Marcos?
Hey, can you listen to me?
Yes, we can hear.
Great. So, well, we have some updates from the BD team besides what Alex just mentioned. In first place, we have a very good update that is this week we are going to send what is going to be the first pilot case of the Mendoza cases that we have been mentioning the last weeks. We are going to be resolving neighbor and consumer conflicts for Mendoza, that is a province in Argentina, for a small town in Mendoza. And well, again, this is going to be the first pilot case. There are a few things to mention. I think Shin is going to send this later in our comms, but it's not bad to mention it here. So I will take a second for this. So each about what are going to be the pilot cases of the Mendoza integration. Yeah, we have that each pilot case is going to have its own dispute policy. All cases are going to be resolved in the court blockchain no técnica. Most of the cases are going to be network conflicts and consumer conflicts, but when we are talking about the pilot cases, we will maybe receive a few other another kind of cases, for example, transport conflicts or transport cases. And one last thing is that each case is there are going to be selected €9 for each case. I'm sorry, yes, one last thing. As it happens in the integration with Lemon, the justifications that the successful justifications will receive the jurors that make a successful justification will receive $5 extra besides the $15 because of voting coherently. So yeah, those are the updates about Mendoza. The first case is going to be uploaded maybe tomorrow or on Friday. We still need a last confirmation from the side from the other side, but yeah, most probably in the next day or next 2 days the case is going to be uploaded. And then about the Lemon integration, today they confirmed us that the button for the used Lemon users to apply to Kleros was completed. It was finished this week. It's still not useful for the users. For the moment, the people that can use it are just the employees. This is because they are in a trial period. But when the official announcement of the integration is done, in that moment, users are going to be able to press the button and apply to Kleros. When it's going to be the official announcement? Well, today they told us that this is going to happen on June the 13 and 14. Yeah, no, sorry, June the 12th or June the 13th. This is going to be confirmed next Tuesday when we meet them. But again, the official announcement should be on June the 12th or June the 13th. The idea for this event is that we are going to invite some people related to comms from other companies and journalists, and we will mention what we are doing together with the guys of Lemon, and that's going to be the official announcement. So yeah, these 2 weeks are going to be 2 weeks with a lot of movement. Oh, sorry, and on Friday I'm going to be presenting Kleros and Decentralized Justice in an important event in La Plata, that is like the capital of Buenos Aires. I'm going to be there. It's an important event that is in a stadium. I think Jean already posted something. Jean, you already posted something, right, about this event?
Yes, I shared. It's like a very big consumer protection event that looks like it's probably the main event of the year for Argentina, and it will be on a stadium in Argentina. I don't know exactly how the setup will be, but we were joking that Marcos will be at the center of the stadium talking with, with
I'm going to
the
be
whole
kind of
audience.
Shakira, the new Shakira.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's I really like that. One of the things that has been happening the last couple of days that I think it's very interesting about Kleros is that probably most protocols on Web3 they participate in conferences or go to events. They're mostly related to blockchain and crypto in general, and we are doing that, but also participating on these conferences and events that are outside like this bubble, and lots of times we are the only company there is not related to crypto, and sometimes we are the first protocol that people learn about, and this is very nice. For example, these people that will be at this event will be lawyers and people from companies deciding on their processes, internal processes, on how to solve disputes, and they will learn about Kleros, and it will to probably inspire a couple of them to look into Kleros or solutions like this.
Yep. And well, then we have the ATQ registry that we received a lot of submissions in the last weeks. Maybe Jean or Alex, you know more than me about this, or maybe we can bring Guang Yan one day to tell us more about the ATQ registry. But I think it's having a lot of success, right?
Yes, yeah, I believe we need Guam Yan to talk about it because it's a bit technical, but it's basically a way to create to make submissions in bulk to the registry. So one submission of a module that checks or subgraphs and on the blockchain can capture lots of tags in this like on a single submission. So this is very useful because the registry can grow very fast, and we are probably right now, if we count this registry, the tags registry, the domain registry, we probably have like the most complete community curated list of Web3 addresses, and this is very important because when we talk with possible integrators or with services that want to that we want to pitch this list to, they will probably know, they want to know how complete it is to be sure that it's worth the development time to integrate it. So if we have the most complete list, then it's a plus, and it will be easier to find more integrations. I believe, yes, we had an outbound lead because of the registry already. So I hope that it can keep they can keep coming.
Yeah, and well, and from my side, that's all. Those are the updates from the BD team.
Cool. William?
Yeah, so we published a large article recently that I wrote on sort of like how to deal with cases that have very unbalanced rates at which sort of types of outcomes win. So we have a curated list. What happens if reject wins 90% of the time? I think the title is the article something like uncommon answers, deposit sizes, lazy strategies, and peer predictions. With the idea being that like, you know, the worry is that if some type of outcome, say reject, you know, wins too often, then people can be incentivized just to always vote for that and do what we call a lazy strategy, where they don't take time and effort to like analyze the case. And our traditional V1 solution to this is to raise the deposit so that the edge that people would get by like putting in the effort to look at the case will be more than the effort they have to spend, because you know like the deposit's larger, so the you know the stakes are that much higher, and you know having that like slightly higher chance of being right, you know, makes a difference for them. But that doesn't have like the best user experience if you have sort of really extreme types of cases where like a type of outcome almost never wins. You can wind up with very large deposits, which can be a problem for risk-adverse jurors. We've already seen this as sort of a problem in the humanity court in V1, where reject does win very often. And like as a result, the deposits in that court are relatively high compared to other courts. And even if the sort of like positive the expected value for a juror is positive, that on average they gain money over time if they're honest and they're participating honestly. Like sort of the question the blog article asks is, what can we do better? Can we have systems that are resistant to lazy strategies whilst not having like such like high deposits, which can be a problem for UX? And the article looks at a variety of possibilities, all of which can be implemented on V2, some of which sort of pioneer interesting new original research that draws on the peer prediction literature. Maybe not the sexiest topic of this, like how can we have more user-friendly parameters. Maybe it's a little less sort of, it captures less the imagination than some of the other research we do on like SBTs or multiple choice voting, which has like new functionality. This is more a matter of degree. But nonetheless, I think it's solving a real problem that like improve the experience of the protocol. So I invite people to read the article and see sort of the ideas that we have for 2.0.
Awesome. Yeah, I will share your article on our channels. I did not do it yet, and of course I want to read it. Okay. I believe we covered almost everything. There's also Clement gave a talk at Block Split in Croatia, and I believe that today he was giving a workshop about game theory. It's probably the same workshop that the people that participated in the incubator received. So I saw like a funny video of people participating. And well, next week we have one event that will be pretty interesting. We will join a panel with the LexDAO, with some LexDAO members, and they will discuss Kleros. I believe Alex will be there, Facundo, our policy writer, and probably another member. I don't remember which, but it will be very interesting to hear. I don't know if there will be a recording, so I'll share the links. And Federico already mentioned, but tomorrow there will be a eSports conference with the WIPO and LexTech, and it will be streamed, and there's a registration that is required. So I recommend if you can attend tomorrow to register today, so you already have the link for tomorrow's call. So that's it for me. Thanks everyone for listening, and if you have questions, we can talk more on Telegram.
Bye bye. See you next Wednesday.
Bye. See you.